time for me to do my video today. So before I talk about what Charlie's done today at home, I'll just touch upon yesterday. Since Dee made yesterday's video, Charlie's had his hair cut, which went really well. Sometimes Charlie just does not want to cooperate with having his hair cut whatsoever, and he'll try and run off, or he'll grab the scissors, or he just won't entertain staying still at all. So sometimes it doesn't quite go to plan. But this time he was brilliant, sat in the chair lovely, was more than happy having his hair cut. Obviously tried to grab the scissors a few times, being a cheeky bum, but other than that it went really well. So now his hair's all lovely, so he looks all smart, so he can show his girlfriends at school on Monday. And then obviously, like Dean said yesterday, I went to see Charlie's Harvest Festival Assembly, which was lovely. Getting to see Charlie doing his Class Cup winner, which was awesome, because we've seen pictures of him before in assembly, if he's won the cup winner previous, and going and standing in front of the school to get his cup and his certificate, which is really nice. But to be there and to see it, it was just like amazing. Obviously I cried, because that always happens when I'm in Charlie's school. So that was lovely. To think of Charlie a few years ago, Charlie wouldn't have ever gone into a room with that many people, never mind stood at the front of the hall and actually accept, you know, a nice round of applause and a certificate for something he's really done well for. So to actually see him going up, and he was really pleased with himself, was lovely. So afterwards, before he went back to his classroom, I obviously ran round to give him a quick cuddle and a kiss. So he was quite surprised that I was there, even though I told him in the morning Mummy and Daddy were going to come and see him today at school in his Harvest Festival. He tried to take me back to his classroom with him, so I had to tell him that I couldn't, because I'm not a VIP. Because we always tell Charlie, oh, we'd love to come to your school, but we're not a VIP, so Mummy and Daddy aren't allowed to come to your school. But Charlie went back off to his classroom more than happy, and he started a really good day, so that was fantastic. Today Charlie's been mostly nice and calm. This morning we were later getting out than usual. We probably usually go about 10 o'clock on a Saturday, but it was much later than that today. And he'd actually had lunch before we go out, which usually happens when we get back, as soon as we get back from doing our normal Saturday shopping. So he got a bit upset, a bit distressed this morning, because obviously his routine was slightly changed. But Charlie really enjoyed going out and doing the shopping, helping me to pick things that he wanted for his dinner, picking his snacks. So it's really good that Charlie's making choices. And we've always given Charlie choices of things, so we might give him a choice and say, you know, we could go to the beach today, or we could go to the park. Alright, so you could have this snack or this snack, or you could have milk, or you could try juice if you'd like. But Charlie's never really seemed to show that he's understanding that he's in control and he can pick one of however many things. So the fact that when Charlie is in, say, in the car, and I'll say, oh, Charlie, what would you like for your dinner? And I'll take him down the aisles so he can have a look, and he'll stop and pull at the door to say, oh, you know, I want this in here. Or he'll make hand movements towards what he's wanting. So that's really great that Charlie's making them choices now. And it's like, you know, Charlie having a little bit of independence, which is obviously very important. And then he'd come home and he'd had to chill for a while because he was all knackered. And then we decided to go to the park, so there'll be some little videos on the end, so you can see him at the park. It's quite hard to try and capture videos of Charlie at the park, because usually what will happen is Dean will be with Poppy, because Poppy's wanting to go up the climbing frames and stuff, which Charlie doesn't really like to do. And he finds climbing frames and things like that quite difficult with his hypermobility. So he just likes to go in the swings over and over again and have a bit of a run around. Or he likes to lie on the grass and feel it. Half time he'll try to eat the grass. So when I'm pushing Charlie in the swing, I'll get the iPad out to record him having a good time. But Charlie will have about 2 minutes in the swing, then he wants to get out. He'll do a lap of the park and come back to the swing. So it's quite difficult to catch him in between one thing and the next. But there's some nice footage. So one of the things he enjoys the most is being at the park. Just being anywhere outdoorsy really is like a big plus for Charlie. So that was really nice. And then he did brilliantly with his dinner tonight. Actually sat at the table for his whole meal again, which is brilliant. It's good to see Charlie's concentration building up more and more as we get along. So I think tomorrow we're going to try and do some like arty crafty things with Charlie, because he's really into it at school. So we're just going to make one day on the weekend where we're doing something arty crafty. So we might have been out and collected leaves to paint, to do printing with, or might get out Play-Dohs and colouring pens and things like that. Because we thought if we bake that part of Charlie's routine at least once every week, he's going to expect that to happen. So even though the first few times he might maybe put his finger in the paint, brush it on the paper, and that might be it, but in time, hopefully it will build up the amount of time he'd like to sit and have a go at something, and then hopefully we can get him onto that at home, because Charlie finds it quite difficult to realise that we want to do the same things with him at home that he does in school, just to reinforce a lot of Charlie's learning with him. So hopefully in time that'll come, which will be great. There's not much more to say on today really, I'm afraid, but Charlie was very happy going to bed. He zonked out, he was absolutely worn out running in the park. Took it out of him tonight, and then he had lovely cuddles and kisses with his little sister, which is really nice to see them getting along so well. So I'll end the video for today. I'll probably do another video during the next couple of days, as well as the one we do every day, just to try and cover some more different topics, maybe some about sensory, because Charlie's still very quite sensory, and how a baby puts everything in their mouth to discover things. Charlie's still at 5 in that stage, so I'll probably do that over the next few days. But I'll leave it for there now, guys. I hope you are well. Take care. Bye.